than my fair share of time on Instagram and Pinterest. Well, probably more than my fair share. And I kept seeing these dresses pop up from different brands, but they all had some things in common, which were they were knit, they were cream color, they all looked really luxurious, really expensive, really comfortable. And I thought to myself, I'm gonna make it. So I headed on over and I ordered everything that I would need, which included 3 yards of a cream color tricot organic cotton, the matching color thread, and some Wonder Tape, because I watched some YouTube tutorials and I wanna sew with knits, you basically have to figure out how to use Wonder Tape. And a few days later, all of the supplies were at my doorstep, and I promptly took all of them and put them in the corner of my house, and I didn't look at them again for 11 months. And after those 11 months passed, I decided that it was time to jump in and just do the project, because I was avoiding it, because I was intimidated, and I was acting like a coward, and
I'm not a coward.
So this is what the fabric looks like up close. This is the wrong side of the fabric, or the back, and then this is the right side. I got 3 meters of fabric for this project, and after Stella gave it her stamp of approval, it was time to iron it so there wouldn't be any wrinkles while we were working with it. We being me and Stella. I love the shape of this vintage dress that I picked up a few years ago, and so I decided to use it as sort of a template. And I basically just traced the shape of the dress onto some fabric, and then I found the middle and I folded it in half so I could cut it on the fold. So this is 2 pieces of fabric, right sides together, and here I am cutting it out, leaving some seam allowance. Now it's time for Wonder Tape. So I put some Wonder Tape on the shoulder seams and down the sides. Basically the way that Wonder Tape works is you have one side that's already sticky, and you can pull apart your 2 pieces of fabric, and then where you're going to sew, you just press the Wonder Tape in. And then when you peel back the top, it reveals another sticky side, and then you kind of squish it together like a sandwich. The other great thing about Wonder Tape is you don't have to use pins because everything stays where it's supposed to be. And I really like Wonder Tape, I'll tell you that right now. And of course, here I am stitching the sides up, and also I did the shoulder seams, and I did everything with a zigzag stitch so that way it would not lose its stretchability. And I made sure to mark where I wanted the slit to be so I didn't accidentally sew that up. So here's the first try on of the dress, and it looks pretty rough. There's still some finishing touches and polishing to be done. So I popped it on inside out, and I marked where the excess fabric was so it could have a better fit. And I put some Wonder Tape also where I was going to sew that, and then I sewed that up with a zigzag stitch as well. And that improved the fit a lot. I also noticed it was more flattering if I moved the shoulder seams down a little bit, or maybe it's up a little bit. I don't know, you tell me. Anyway, I stitched that into place as well. I felt like a paper doll with these flaps on the sides, so those are my paper doll arms. But since that's not the vibe we're going for, I cut off the excess, and then I used an overlocking stitch to finish up all the seams. Before working on the neckline, I went ahead and pressed my shoulder seams just to make sure everything would be, working really well in this area. Next, I finished the neckline with an overlocking stitch. If you do decide to make this, I don't think you need to do this step, and it was not the most fun thing to do in the world, so just so you know, I'm pretty sure I didn't need to do this. But I left it in because I did do it, and I thought, you guys need to see the mistakes as well, right? Anyway, then I just folded that down and I hand stitched it into place with a lot of pins. Then I popped it back on and I folded the armholes. That is what those are called, isn't it? Armholes. Anyway, I did it in a similar way, and then I hand stitched that into place as well, using an invisible stitch on all 3 sections. The last thing to do was to finish the slit on the side. So I pressed it where I was going to put a stitch and put the Wonder Tape. And once I was done pressing it, I just popped the Wonder Tape in and I gave it a straight stitch. And here you can kind of see the Wonder Tape demonstrated another time. And once I was done with that, I just finished the seam along the bottom of the dress, and I was done. I'm kind of obsessed. I love this dress. I think it's gonna work super well in my wardrobe. It's definitely a staple piece that I will be able to get a lot of wear out of in the spring and the summer. And it was pretty easy to make. Another huge bonus is that it's incredibly comfortable. I feel like I'm wearing my pajamas right now. So yeah, if you want a pretty easy sewing project to take on and you need something like this in your wardrobe, I highly recommend trying it out. Yeah, and also shout out to Wonder Tape. If you'd like to see this dress in action and styled in different ways, definitely go follow me on Instagram. And if you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you next time.